Over 15 million illegals.
It's true.
The worst economy since Carter.
That is true.
Hundreds of billions of dollars wasted to Ukraine.
Facts are starting to piss me off.
Protecting those pronouns.
Oh, it's true.
And a foreign policy that makes us the world joke.
That is also true.
But according to CNN, by bailing out crackhead Hunter, that would tarnish Joe's legacy.
Well, are you retarded? Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this, the lack of self-awareness is absolutely fucking amazing.
God, you can't make this shit up.
And it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today. Of course, today is Wednesday. Well, of course, everyone's still talking about, crackhead Hunter getting bailed out, getting pardoned by the big guy, by the old man, Dementia Joe. And of course, not just because of a couple simple charges here and there, but no, over the last 10 years of his stupidity. So he's like, suck on that. I'm feeling good right now. Hey, if you're the president's son and you just got bailed out, I'll be feeling good too. But we're not here to talk about Hunter so much. This one is about Joe. It's all on Joe and Joe's legacy. According to CNN, even after everything that Joe's done over the last 4 years, what's going to tarnish his legacy? The border? No. Hundreds of billions of dollars, flushed to Ukraine? No. The disgusting abandonment in Afghanistan and leaving our military there to whittle and die? No. The worst economy since Carter? No. Protecting those pronouns? No. What's going to tarnish his legacy? What's going to ruin the greatness that is one Dementia Joe? Pardoning Hunter Biden. Yes, absolutely. This coming out of Breitbart. CNN's Hunter Biden will tarnish Joe Biden's legacy. Yes, a legacy of failure. But let's go to that wonderful bean footage.
Nixon pardon, that one pardon attorney speaking to Politico there. Joining us right now for more on this is CNN senior legal analyst, former state and federal prosecutor, Elie Honig. Elie, another former pardon attorney called this an extraordinarily broad grant. Why is this so broad?
The look on his face is
more
smugness.
So than a typical presidential
Look at that smug look on his face.
Okay, this is as broad as a pardon can possibly be. Ordinarily, a pardon will specify a certain case, and that happened here. It says, I hereby pardon Hunter Biden on the gun case in Delaware and on the tax case in California. But what's different about this one is it also says this is a full and unconditional pardon for all conduct going back to January 1 of 2014, which means Hunter Biden cannot be federally prosecuted for anything going back to 2014 and really before then, because before then is going to be precluded by the statute of limitations. And as you said before, the only historical precedent, the best historical precedent for this is the pardon of Richard Nixon by Gerald Ford, which has similar language that says full and unconditional pardon. So Joe Biden has pushed to the absolute outer limits of the breadth of the pardon power here.
And as you've heard, in the political sense, there's been a lot of reaction to this quickly, and there will be more today. But looking at it kind of in the, keeping it in the legal sense, past presidents generally have cited how pardon recipients have accepted responsibility for their actions as a reason to grant them a pardon. Biden is not here. He called it a miscarriage of justice that Hunter Biden was unfairly singled out,
of course,
which is something that we have heard Donald Trump lean into before in targeting the Justice Department and the so-called deep state. Does Biden, in this move here, give Donald Trump new cover for whatever pardon action he decides to take in the future?
To be sure, Kate, we're already seeing that. The first reaction from Donald Trump and his team essentially is, what an injustice. Now we get to do the same thing, which is sort of an interesting twist of logic there. But without question, I mean, look, there has long been a fair debate, fair on both sides, about whether Hunter Biden is being treated overly leniently or overly zealously because of his status as Joe Biden's son. I think there are points to both sides of that. But what I think is not disputable is that this is a historic act of political nepotism. This is the granting of a pardon by the president to his son. Joe Biden even says, if you really parse his statement, he acknowledges that a substantial part of this is because Hunter Biden is his son, and that will land Joe Biden on a historic list that he probably doesn't want to be a part of, along with Bill Clinton, who pardoned his half-brother Roger Clinton, along with Donald Trump, who pardoned Charles Kushner, who is the father of his own son-in-law, Jared Kushner. So I'm sure Joe Biden understands the historic implications of what he's done, and now he's earned his way onto that list.
I want to read you something that the Democratic governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, posted about this. He's not okay with the move. He wrote in part, "I'm disappointed that he put his family ahead of the country. This is a bad precedent that could be abused by later presidents and will sadly tarnish his reputation." Does this damage the justice system?
Tarnish his
Well, I
reputation.
totally agree with the governor that this pardon will tarnish Joe Biden's legacy. I mean, Joe Biden, let's be clear here, he lied to us for a long time. He said categorically, I will not pardon my son. He said, I will take it off the table, and he couched it in very high-minded terminology. I respect the Justice Department. I respect the jury's verdict. Well, now he's gone back on that. I don't know how many people actually believed him. I certainly didn't. There's tape of me saying there's no way he's going to make good on this. He's absolutely going to pardon Hunter Biden. But as to whether this tarnishes the justice system, I don't think I would go that far. I think this, like I said, will go down on the list of ignominious presidential pardons, but I don't think law students 50 or 100 years from now are going to look back at this as a horrific miscarriage of justice that undermines the foundation of our justice system. There is a reasonable argument that in some respects Hunter Biden was treated unfairly, and I think that will give Joe Biden some degree of cover here.
My thoughts. I thought it was just better just to hear it from the horse's mouth versus me saying it or reading off the transcript. But like I said in the beginning of the video, with everything that he's done, and I just gave you a small set of examples, we can go a lot deeper. We can go into the vax mandates. We can go into firing military, firing. You had states firing, doctors and nurses, essential workers because of the wonderful magical vax. I mentioned Afghanistan. We can go deeper into the Ukraine thing. It's just on and on and on and on. Rewriting Title IX. Basically telling women to go themselves. We're allowing dudes with ball sacks to play in your games. Again, what did he do in his first 3 years? He basically he shut down Keystone Pipeline, killing off 30,000 jobs like that. So there is a lot of deeper shit that we can go into regarding Joe Dementia's 4 years of causing havoc. Oh, I'm sorry. What was it? Was it the America Infrastructure Plan or whatever it was? The America whatever plan? The America Bend You Over plan? To supposedly reignite the economy in the country. Yeah, how is that working? Bidenomics, anyone? Exactly. So for this single thing, bailing out his son, pardoning his son Hunter, is going to tarnish the legacy of Joe Biden. Sorry. Joe's wrecked that legacy over the last 50 years. And how many times did president he try to run before he finally, quote, won? Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And for the lack of self-awareness from these knuckleheads on CNN, at this point, should surprise no one. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this, please have a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.